Another day knocks at your door to continue another page of our lives. May this new day bring you more strength to help you hurdle all its challenges, wisdom to choose the best course in your journey, joy to enjoy every single moment, and God's protection and blessings to have not only a wonderful, but a blessed day. I repeat, another day knocks at our doors to continue another page of our life. May this day bring you more strength to help you hurdle all its challenges, wisdom to choose the best course in your journey, joy to enjoy every single moment, and God's protection and blessings to have not only a wonderful, but a blessed day. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen.
En esta amada presencia de Dios, de los arcángeles y los ángeles, a ustedes nos encomendamos en este mes. Cuiden de nuestro hogar, nuestro trabajo, alejen todo peligro, que su sabiduría nos guíe cada día. La armonía y el amor sean partes del equilibrio en nuestro entorno. Cubran a nuestra familia manteniéndonos la comunicación y unión en perfecta salud. Te pedimos la bendición en cada momento que pagamos regresándonos multiplicando. Transmite toda energía discordante y conviértela en luz. Gracias por un nuevo inicio de mes.
Amen.
Amén.
Amen. Today we want to recognize the start of World Breast Cancer Day. This is the day, or should I say, this is the month that you would see a lot of people promoting breast cancer awareness, the early detection thereof. And we just want to say to all of you who have breast out there, it is a special day for you. So that's all, ladies.
Así es, te falta tu cintita aquí.
Oh,
A partir del lunes te la traigo. Descuida.
When you did this, I thought you said, te falta mamas, you know, and I was like,
no, mira, yo tengo
yeah,
una
I see
cintita.
that, I see
Recuerda que el
that.
año pasado también lo usamos. Y hoy vine con una blusa rosada en conmemoración del inicio de lo que es el mes del cáncer de mama. Señores, muy buenos días para todos ustedes. Gracias por mantener su sintonía. Ya hoy es viernes, fin de semana, y le agradecemos a nuestro Señor Jesucristo por habernos dejado compartir esta semana completa con ustedes. Así que buenos días a todo el que esté en casita a través de WTN, Tel TV Plus y MSR, tanto en San Martín como San Martín. Lo que están a través de TVCARIB en la isla de Curazao, Aruba y Belice, y en Bonaire. Buenos días para todos ustedes a través de Dutch Caribbean TV. Todo el que está en las redes sociales, muy buenos días para ustedes en San Martín, en Ceiba, en Estesia, en Anguila, en Sembat, buenos días, San Kitts, San Vincent, Dominica, también el que está en San Croix, en San Tomás, en Puerto Rico, en la República Dominicana. Bienvenido una vez más a esta entrega de El Mundo a las 7. Todo el que está en España, en Venezuela, en Panamá, en Colombia, en Estados Unidos, Canadá, Holanda y Francia, bienvenidos nuevamente. Aquí estamos nosotros para traerle todas las informaciones que tenemos en la mañana de hoy.
And a very happy Independence Day to all those who are living in Nigeria. Also, I want to say for all Nigerians living here in St. Martin and abroad, we want to wish you a happy Independence Day. Now, these are the things that we love Facebook Live chat for. Why? Because some of you give us information that we did not even know. So thank you so much, Sunila, for that piece of information.
Okay.
We would like to thank you. Nigeria is a very fast developing country, and a great country, as a matter of fact. And Nigeria is often known for the negative things of what, you know, Nigerians are known for. However, I just want to say that there's so much positivity going on in Nigeria. There's programming schools, there's industry, they're known for their palm oil, and much more. Nigeria is a very a very developing country. And I just want to point out to the resilient people of Nigeria, happy Independence Day to
Así
you.
es, celebramos hoy la independencia de Nigeria, así que muchas felicidades a todo ese pueblo, a toda esa comunidad y la comunidad aquí en San Martín que reside desde Nigeria. También hoy es Día Internacional de la Persona Mayor. Aquí
Wow.
gracias David Levinson por anunciarnos, hacernos
Yes.
actos, recordarnos, así que felicidades a todas estas personas que tenemos mayores en casita, que le debemos mucho respeto, le debemos mucha consideración.
Now, I also want to say happy Senior Day to all. We know that the seniors are a pivotal part of our society. They have served, and thus we are where we are right now. So we want to take the opportunity and to say to each and every senior out there, happy Seniors Day. And though government, our society might not always praise and honor you, we want to take this day especially to do so. We here at the World at 7 respect our seniors and we love our seniors. Guess why? Because one day we will be seniors as well.
Of course.
You know, I find that so strange.
Estamos cerca.
We're very close. We're very close.
Okay.
Brenda, but you know, I find it so strange that society puts seniors always, well, not always, but most times in the background. Right now, we see that there's a few companies that have the senior citizenship line.
Sí, porque tienen preferencias.
Exactly, like GEBE, Telem, all government-owned companies. We see that GEBE is also giving a seniors discount, though it's not much, it is something. And we would like to see other people, following trend, following suit. We will see later on in a report, and I find it's just frappant, but we will see in a report that MP Grisha Martin Heiliger is talking about the seniors. And I think in commemoration of
Así es. Tenemos informaciones sobre ella.
Yes, exactly.
en las noticias de hoy. Quiero recordarles a todos nuestros seguidores en las redes sociales que por favor den like, etiqueten, posteen sus banderas de donde es su nacionalidad y donde están residiendo. Posteen un corazoncito, una cintita rosada también por ser hoy el inicio de un nuevo mes donde se conmemora el cáncer de mama. Y también de dónde están sintonizándonos, dónde están ubicados aquí en la isla de San Martín, ya sea Quejir, Merdillo, Belvedere, Socagal, postélo usted ahí para saber de dónde estamos. Creo, no sé si el señor director puede poner una fotito de una actividad que inicia en el día de hoy, por este fin de semana, en conmemoración con lo que es el cáncer de mama.
What we would like is for the director to put a poster of what's going on, especially in commemoration of what do you call, the month of breast cancer. It's saying Still Beautiful Foundation presents second annual Play for a Cure. I think this is a great initiative. A softball tournament, October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 2021, Little League Stadium. And they're asking you to save the dates. Play for a Cure Foundation, I think that is headed by some individuals, some breast cancer survivors, and of course they have one or two people who's helping them out who I guess never got a scare of breast cancer, but breast cancer is everybody's business, and I just wanted to point that out.
Sí,
so
sí, nos involucras a todo, tanto mujer como hombre. Estamos involucrados en lo que es el cáncer de mama. Y a partir del día de hoy, por este fin de semana, habrá un torneo de softball en conmemoración con el cáncer de mama. Así que todos vamos a tratar de apoyar, de ir allá a apoyar, vestiditos, ya sea con una blusa, un pantalón, un pañuelito, una gorra rosada, pero estemos ahí para apoyar esta causa.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have some headlines for you, and we would like to read those headlines. But for all of you who are watching us at home, we want to wish you a very good morning, and those who are watching us on Facebook Live, also, we want to wish you a very good morning, and continue to love, like, and share our program, Tag a Friend, because we want to be known, and we want your friends to have the morning news as you get the morning news.
Así es, señores, vamos a iniciar ya con los titulares de las informaciones que le tenemos en la mañana de hoy. Recuerden etiquetear, darle like, compartir la programación de hoy para que sea una transmisión mucho más amplia y muchas personas tengan conocimiento de las informaciones que están sucediendo en la isla de San Martín especialmente. Vamos a iniciar con 8 casos confirmados de COVID-19. Esto es fuente de San Martín Island Times.
8 confirmed COVID-19 cases today. This story is taken from the St. Martin Island Times.
También tenemos el ministro, el AMP, Martin Halligan, necesita hacer mucho más por las personas mayores. Esto es fuente de St. Martin Island Times.
MP Halligan Martin, much more needs to be done for older persons. This story also comes from the St. Martin Island Times.
También tenemos que el EP, el Partido de la Fuerza Progresista, con sus siglas PFP, llama a la implementación de la política de denunciantes. Esto es fuente de St. Martin Island Times.
Party for Progress calls for implementation on whistleblower policy. We're going to talk about this in detail because just yesterday I had a conversation and this was mentioned. I don't know if this person is picking the newscaster's brain or what, but PFP calls for implementation of whistleblower policy.
Así es, también tenemos que se seguirá extendiendo el cierre para los negocios a las 11 de la noche. Esto es fuente de St. Martin Island Times.
11 p.m. business closure to be extended. This story is taken from the St. Martin Island Times. They would have reviewed it as of, and they would come with the announcement today that was mentioned a few weeks ago. And I guess they came to the conclusion that we will continue the 11 p.m. business closure.
Tenemos que la ministra Richardson pide al ministro Grapperhaus que amplíe la cooperación más allá del KPSM. Esto es fuente de St. Martin Island Times.
Big news in the Justice Ministry. Minister Richardson asked Minister Grapperhaus to expand cooperation beyond KPSM. This story comes from the St. Martin Island Times.
Así es, ahora iniciamos con el desarrollo de las informaciones que le tenemos en la mañana de hoy. Iniciamos
with 8 confirmed cases.
Así mismo, con 8 casos confirmados de COVID-19. Esto es fuente de San Martín Island Times. Al 30 de septiembre, 8 personas dieron positivo por COVID-19. Sin embargo, 3 personas se recuperaron, elevando el total de casos activos a 185. El número total de casos confirmados es ahora de 4.291. Los servicios de prevención colectiva, con sus siglas TPS, están monitoreando a 178 personas en aislamiento domiciliario. 7 pacientes están hospitalizados en San Martin Medical Center. El número total de muertes por COVID-19 permanece en 66. El número de personas recuperadas desde que surgió el primer caso en San Martín ha aumentado a 4.040. 125 personas están en cuarentena según las investigaciones de rastreos de contactos realizadas por el CPS. El número total de personas examinadas es de 53.105 y a medida que los números continúen fluctuando, el CPS continuará ejecutando activamente sus medidas de rastreos de contacto. El ministro Otley insta a todos a que investiguen y consideren la posibilidad de vacunarse.
All right, let us read the 8 confirmed cases of COVID cases today. As of September 30th, there were 8 persons who tested positive for COVID-19. However, 3 persons have recovered, bringing the total active cases to 185. The total number of confirmed cases is now 4,291. The collective prevention services are monitoring 178 people in home isolation. 7 patients are hospitalized at the St. Martin Medical Center. The total number of deaths due to COVID-19 remains at 66. The number of people recovered since the first case surfaced on St. Martin has increased to 4,040, 125 people are in quarantine based on contact tracing investigations carried out by CPS. The total number of persons tested is 53,105. As the number continues to fluctuate, CPS will continue to actively execute its contact tracing measures. Minister Utley urges everyone to do your research and consider getting vaccinated. At this point, if you haven't done your researches yet, then, you know, I don't think you're going to do your research again. I must say that yesterday they gave us the update on they will be fusing the numbers that are tested, those that are tested by CPS and those that are tested on the airport. And here today, we see that they made good on this promise. So they have bulked all the numbers together, which in total is 53,105. So to each and every one of you, I guess do what the minister said, do your research, and consider getting vaccinated. All right? That's all I'm going to say about that.
Ya ustedes saben dónde pueden ir a suministrarse su vacuna, aquí en la oficina del CPS, que está ubicado en Vineyard Park Office. Las personas que sientan síntomas de lo que es ya fiebre, dolores de cabeza, pérdida del olfato, del gusto, y tengan la sospecha de que están ya contagiados del virus, pueden pasar a hacerse la prueba gratuitamente. Eso es para todas las personas a nivel de la isla de San Martín, en toda la comunidad.
All right. We have a quite interesting comment. I think I will read this when it comes time for that, and we're talking about whistleblowers policy. I can't wait to discuss this because it is a very important topic, and though people might be putting a laughter face next to the comment, it is a great, great question that we can explore. But for now, let's go to MP Heilige Martin. Much more needs to be done for older persons. Don't we all agree?
Así es, la MP Heilige Martin dice, se necesita hacer mucho más por las personas mayores. Esto es fuente de San Martin Island Time.
Today is the International Day of Older Persons, and we should be reflecting on the strides made to improve the lives of older persons in our community. But so much more needs to be done, according to Member of Parliament for the United People's Up Party, Grisha Heilige Martin. The MP issued a press release on Thursday reflecting on the many times in her life in which older persons imparted wisdom to help her in her new role as faction leader for the Up Party in Parliament and politics in general. I was raised by grandparents who are always there to reason with me whenever I face challenges, and I hope that even today our new leaders and scholars in various fields and industry can gravitate to an older person to learn from their life experiences and tap into their wealth of knowledge. She lamented that much still needs to be done on St. Martin, as older persons still receive less than adequate pension and have fewer privileges here than elsewhere within the Netherlands Kingdom. I have pledged to work for older persons in our society, and I will dedicate this month in their honor and putting my efforts behind launching initiatives that will both benefit and convenience for them now and for seniors in the future, said Heilige Martin. The International Day of Older Persons is observed on October 1st each year. On December 14, 1990, the United Nations General Assembly voted to establish October 1st as the International Day of the Older Persons, as recorded in Resolution 45/106. The holiday was observed for the first time on October 1st, 1991. This is all good and dandy, and I must say, I'm not going to judge this press release. However, we don't need International Day of the Older Person to have initiatives done for older persons. We know that one of the initiatives that she started, and I hope that it materializes, is the fact that she said that we need to give vitamins and supplements free of charge to the older person. Now, bearing in mind also that when she became Member of Parliament, she did not only became Member of Parliament for those who are, how do you say, who have a voting card or who have the rights, or Dutch rights. She became Member of Parliament for even those who are not legal on the island but residing on the island. So the decisions that they make as a Member of Parliament and with extension the government, it affects everyone's lives. And I would like to point out that the initiative that she started with the vitamins, I think that it should have been a consistent something. I think she should have beat the hammer. Her minister is Minister of Health, you know, so a member of her party is Minister of Health. Why can't this be done? Why don't I see a draft law? Why don't I see anything? Is it at the ombudsman? What is it? You know, where is it? The ombudsman? Is it by the SER? Where is it? I would like to know where is the law on this. Spewing nice words is great. And what I miss about this press release, if you're going to say you're going to be dedicating different initiatives in light of the seniors, I would have liked you to list them. Then I could hold you to your promise and said, listen, you said that seniors, she did mention about the old age pension, it's not enough, and she did mention that we have to do more. But let's list the different things. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you say I will be working on these items 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the hot button issues. And at the end of the month, when we see nothing has been done with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you've reached to 1, 2, 3, we can say, you know what, MP Grisha Martin Heiliger, you made good on your promise. At least 68% on your promise. And that's the way how we evaluate the situations.
Eso es correcto, todo lo que van prometiendo en la campaña y van ofertando, vamos a hacer esto cuando yo esté, si lo van cumpliendo, eso le va favoreciendo ya en lo que es su historial de carrera política.
Yeah. All right, Brenda, we do have some comments about this. And St. Martin Anunnaki says, Sunila, decolonization with what financial reserves? Will the country be run by Santa? Stop the shenanigans. And he's referring to the fact that I call her the decolonization MP because she's taking charge to do so, even though she is not the chairperson of the decolonization committee. But we know that that's her baby, and that's where she wants to head. How about happy constitutional and soon decolonization day incoming? And Sunila is referring to that. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have next piece of news, and we would like to call the PFP calls for implementation on whistleblower policy. This story comes from the St. Martin Time.
Así es, el Partido por el Progreso con sus iniciales PFP y los miembros del Parlamento en pila Melissa Gons y Ralph Peterson denunciaron declaraciones recientes hechas por la primera ministra Silvia Jacob, quien durante la conferencia de prensa del Consejo de Ministros el miércoles advirtió que la atención del gobierno se centrará en ajustar la legislación del país para criminalizar a la prensa y al público de compartir documentos gubernamentales internos filtrados. En cambio, la facción del PFP pide al gobierno que instituya una política de denuncia de irregularidades, aunque Gomes y Peterson comparten los sentimientos de Jacob de que los funcionarios públicos deben actuar con integridad y enfrentar las consecuencias si violan sus juramentos de confidencialidad. Ambos parlamentarios marcaron la línea cuando la primera ministra se refirió a los periodistas y al público. Es reprobable para mí si como reportero crees que está bien colocar documentos oficiales, y no solo a los reporteros, he visto a políticos hacerlo. He visto a otros hacerlo a lo largo de los años. Estoy investigando las ramificaciones legales, dijo la primera ministra Silvia Jacob en los medios de comunicaciones locales. Esta es una situación grave en San Martín y si las leyes tienen que ajustarse para que los perpetradores puedan sentir las consecuencias necesarias, entonces también habrá que prestar atención a eso. Continuó diciendo la primera ministra. Es reprobable para mí que la primera ministra tuviera la audacia de presentarse en una rueda de prensa y atacar la libertad de prensa y el derecho del público a tener un debate informado, expresó el jueves la diputada Gomes. A menudo escuchamos hablar de los holandeses que intentan instituir un estado policial en San Martín, pero cerramos los ojos a los esfuerzos locales, conscientes o no, de tratar de convertir nuestro país en un lugar donde el ciudadano medio o los funcionarios bajo juramento tienen que vivir con el temor de lo que pueda hacerles el sistema de justicia por denunciar el comportamiento cuestionable de los funcionarios electos y designados. La primera ministra encuentra alarmante que hemos creado una cultura de que la filtración de información es el camino a seguir, pero parece no reflexionar y también encuentra alarmante cómo la gente puede sentir que la filtración de información es la única forma en que el público lo hará. Obligar al gobierno a ser transparente, agregó el diputado Peterson durante el debate presupuestario en junio. Le pregunté al ministro de Bromi sobre los desarrollos relacionados con las tierras arrendadas a largo plazo de Vineyard Heights cuando se reanudó la reunión. Todavía no pude obtener una respuesta. Si no hubiera sido por un funcionario lo suficientemente valiente como para proporcionar los documentos, no habría sabido que el ministro de Bromi ya sabía la respuesta de mis preguntas y se negó a responder de todos modos.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. PFP calls for implementation on whistleblower policy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time. We have to go on a break, and that's what we do half of the hour. But when I come back, or when we come back, I will be reading this in English, and we will be discussing this in further length. My name is Herbert Martina. Please stay locked and tuned in to TVCARIB, The World at 7. I promise you, we will be right back.
Así es, mi nombre es Brenda Rodríguez de Allen y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes en un momento. Vamos a una pausa comercial.
When you're in St. Martin, visit the Boardwalk, where you will find the Shell. With its beautiful terrace overlooking the ocean, their vegan specials, delicious mahi-mahi filet with rum glazed shrimps just for you. Tasty. You can also visit Dirty Sanchez and order a cocktail from their cocktail menu, like the famous mojito made with love. Delicious. And if you're wearing a bikini, you can also get a second mojito for free. Kalua's Bar and Grill. Enjoy a Longhorn burger or any other item on their fabulous menu. As you wait for your meal, enjoy a nice margarita or a frozen mango smoothie. Beach chairs are also available. You'll find it all at the Boardwalk.
Shell's Kitchen on the E.C. Richardson Street, number 25 in Phillipsburg, have some of the best meals around town for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they make it so easy for you to order. Just call in, then walk in and pick it up. What's up it? Then walk in and pick it up. Or walk in, order it, and pick it up. We also cater and host events. And don't forget karaoke every Friday night. So eat at Shell's Kitchen on the E.C. Richardson Street, number 25 in Phillipsburg. It's a celebration in your mouth.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We're here on the morning show, The World at 7. Brenda, do you know a lot of people, they they depend on this morning news to make their day or to start their day. Do you know that?
Así es, así es. Primero darle la bienvenida a todos los que estén en casita sintonizando, que nos esperan a esta hora de la mañana, todo el que esté en las redes sociales también. Así es, Prim, muchas personas dependen de estas noticias para poder iniciar su día. Bueno, ya salen a la calle, hoy me informaron de esto, quizá vaya a pasar esto, o tengo que estar pendiente a este tráfico que está fuerte por aquí, tengo que tener precaución en esto, el gobierno decidió que se va a hacer esto.
Yeah. And what I wanted to say too, a lot of people also depend on extra time that we have. And sometimes we underestimate how the extra time goes, and we see people they're in synchrony with us and they're tuning in. However, we don't really know how much people are tuning in. And so I'm just telling you, Brenda, that thank you once again that you can make it for extra time so that we can have extra time today. People are depending on that. So I'm just saying thank you. And I'm putting the responsibility on you.
Señores, aquí vamos a tener que aclarar. Oigan bien, vamos a tener que aclarar porque el extra time se hace cuando el señor Prince puede, no cuando yo puedo. Yo siempre estoy disponible para el tiempo extra. El que nunca puede es él.
They don't believe you. All right, Brenda, it is that time that we greet some folks that are watching with us and that are tuned in. Those of you who are at home and you wish to give a shout out or you wish to be mentioned, we can always do so on the number. And also, those of you who are on Facebook Live and we can see you, you can leave a comment or whatever, we can also give a shout out to you. So let us go. Where are your flags? Where are your thumbs up? Where are your hearts? Where are your likes? We would like to see them.
Vamos a saludar a los que tenemos en las redes sociales, como es Antonia Richardson, María Crispín, Evelio Noesí, que siempre está con nosotros y comparte la programación, Nancy Ramírez, Mercedes Morillo, Annie Romble, David Beltré, Antonio Méndez, San Martín Anunnaki, nuestro corresponsal desde China, Glenford Lawrence, Arma Charles, Sonny Love, Brian Baker, Idalisa Sánchez, Nena Mesa, Germania Rondón, buenos días, Carol Mackey, Antolina Fermín, Anita Jansen, Nando Arrindel, Karen Richardson, Yo. Estas son parte de las personas que tenemos en nuestras redes sociales. También Histerida Harchan, que está en sintonía con nosotros. También nuestro gran amigo Dale Levinson desde la isla de Seba, que está en sintonía. Yesenia Gon, muy buenos días para ti también. Para María Crispín, muy buenos días, que ahí está posteando su banderita. También para Paulina Alejandro, que está en sintonía con nosotros. Nancy Ramírez, gracias por siempre estar en sintonía con el mundo a las 7.
All right, I would like to read some of the comments that we are having here, and we'll start with Sunni Law. How about Constitutional Day? And then Simarna Anunnaki said, decolonization with what financial reserves? Will the country be run by Santa? Stop the shenanigans. And that's to the MP. We also have campaigning illusional unfulfilled promise as yet. Wow, strong statement. Again, public debt is 1.3 billion. Yes, billion guilders. You must really believe in Santa to each one of them. And then Sunila is saying Dutch, World Bank, IMF, and ECB. All of those are financial institutions. Well, the Dutch is not a financial institution, but we have been getting Dutch fund lately. We're up to 7 tranches. Do you know that? 7 tranches.
Wow.
Yeah. So our national debt is going way high. Okay. We have Glenford Lawrence is saying, yes, we the seniors are being almost totally neglected. I can explain why, if I have to. Pure fancy talks, not a thing is going to change. It is unbelievable every year. They come with these promising chats and then not a cuckoo. I guess he wants to say screaming. is going to happen. Pure political blabbering self. Thank you so much for that comment, Glenford Lawrence in caps. And we also want to say Maria Crispin is saying, good morning. Nice, nice. There is a political rhetoric, and then there is our holy grail, our constitution, and also policies and vision. As long as we keep on being fooled by political rhetoric and fake promise, I do not understand our laws and our constitution. Nothing much is expected to change. Okay, great. Dave Livingstone is saying, gracias, Brenda. And of course, that's alluding to you saying thank you as well. You have time for extra time. Yes, I always have time for extra time. It's Brenda that doesn't. All right, one more comment. One great vision of paradise said in the recent past, the leaders are corrupt because the people are corrupt. I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't think a politician would ever say that, because I'm telling you, he would get 0 votes. That's a known fact. All right, Brenda, we did promise the people that we're going to read this article that you read in Spanish, in English, and I'm ready to do so.
Okay.
Good. Party for Progress, PFP Member of Parliament Melissa Gomes and Rayon Peterson denounced recent statement made by the Prime Minister Sylvia Jacobs, who during the Council of Ministers press briefing on Wednesday warned that government's attention will not be focused on adjusting the country's legislation to criminalize the press and the press and the country's members of the public from sharing leaked internal government document. Instead, the PFP faction calls on the government to institute a so-called whistleblower policy. Although Gomes and Peterson share Jacobs' sentiments that civil servants should act with integrity and face consequences if they breach their oath of confidentiality, both MPs drew the line when the Prime Minister referred to reporters and the public. It is reprehensible to me if, as a reporter, you think it is okay to place official documents in the public sphere, and this is the Prime Minister talking, and not only reporters. I have seen politicians do it. I have seen others do it over the years. I am looking into the legal ramifications, Prime Minister Jacobs is quoted as saying in the local media. This is a serious situation on St. Martin, and if laws have to be adjusted so that the necessary consequences can be felt by those perpetrators, then that will also have our attention to be done, the Prime Minister went on to say. It is reprehensible to me that the Prime Minister would have the audacity to stand in a press briefing and attack the freedom of the press and the right of the public to have an informed debate, said MP Gomes on Thursday. We often hear talk about the Dutch trying to institute a police state in which but close our eyes to the local efforts, conscious or not, of trying to turn our country into a place where the average citizen, not civil servants under oath, will have to live in fear of what the justice system could do to them for calling out the questionable behavior of elected and appointed officials. The Prime Minister finds it alarming that we have created a culture that leaking information is the way to go, but she seems to not reflect and also find it alarming how people can feel that leaking information is the only way that the public will be forced the government to be transparent, added MP Peterson. During the budget debate in June, I asked the Minister of Vromi about the developments regarding long lease land in Vineyard Heights. When the meeting resumed, I still could not get an answer. If it wasn't for civil servant brave enough to provide the documents, I would not have known that the Minister of Vromi already knew the answer to my question and refused to respond anyway. Now, first of all, I would have to explain you what is a whistleblower's policy before we ask the question, is a whistleblower the same as a snitch? And I have the answer to that. Okay?
Prince, en cuanto a este comunicado, sobre de querer ponerle un stop. Oh, ya sé. Tú sabes que uno como prensa siempre anda buscando cómo saber cualquier información para hacer, para tener la primicia. Y cuando se filtran informaciones confidenciales, ya sea dentro del Parlamento, ya sea del gobierno, de cualquier ministerio, para nosotros que estamos aquí informando, queremos darla a conocer inmediatamente.
Great question. A great question. Brenda's asking, as the press, us, how do we know when something is leaked information or it is in public domain? First of all, we have a fact-checking. We should do our fact check. So when we receive a document, we just don't go and say, okay, we got a scoop, and no. Or this is an official document. We would have to check the source. Let's say it comes from the Minister of Romi or the Ministry of Romi. As a responsible journalist, we would have to contact the Ministry of Romi and said, listen, this and this is the case. I've had a document laid to my table or an email. And when you hear, where did you get that document from? That document is not for the public domain, right? Then is when you know that, hey, this is actually a leaked document. And then the Ministry of Romi or whoever is in charge would ask you, who sent you that email? Now, you as the press also can say, listen, I'm going to protect my source. So you don't have, you have the right to say, I will not disclose that information to you. But the minute that they tell you that it is not for public domain and you still put it out, then you're liable. Okay? So I just wanted to point out how it works and the process and the ramifications. And trust me, yes, it can have a criminal case brought against you if the information is of sensitive nature. However, let us explain what is a whistleblower or a whistleblower policy. A whistleblower is a person that sees irregularities within an apparatus. It could be a big company, it could be a government institution, and in this case, it's the government, all right? And when they see irregularities, it's who do we go to? Because especially if the irregularity comes from the head, the higher up. How can you go to the Minister of Romi and say, listen, Minister, that thing with Vineyard Heights, look who get in land and blah, blah, blah. It's the minister that, issued and have the signature allotted. So who do you go to? Is there an institution or is there a apparatus outside of government and that you can go to and say, listen, this is what I've seen as a civil servant and I would like to report this. And then you're protected. You don't be victimized. You don't lose your job. They don't pick on you. You don't get laid off or any sort of things. You just maintain in your position, in your job, and you can function because you have reported an irregularity. Now, an institution needs to be set. But the Prime Minister, without an institution, a proper institution, right, set, the Prime Minister cannot go in a press conference and say, listen, for those who leak in sensitive documents, you will be jailed. I agree, that is not the way to go. But there is no institution that someone can go to.
Hay libertad de expresión.
There is, but Brenda, I must agree that there is a liberty in expression of speech, expression of data. However, when it comes to sensitive information, we know that, let's say the Ministry of Justice have sensitive information. They don't want people to find out. So that's not in the public domain, all right? And if you leak certain information, the criminal can go free, Or if you leak certain information concerning Telem or the airport, investors get angry, you know, and all of those things can happen. There are consequences. However, if our government continues not to be transparent, that is what the civil servants are forced to do. So I'm asking, instead of going to the press and say that you will be penalized by the strongest arm of the law, we would have liked for the Prime Minister to say, you know what, we're going to create a whistleblower policy, a institution, an independent institution, in which a civil servant can go and, you know, even if they just put the documents there, and then a formal investigation will be carried out and the steps taken. That is what PFP is trying to relate to. So I commend PFP on this. We spoke about this yesterday, not on the show, but with someone that we was talking about. And I'm happy that I see that it's in the paper. So we had much to talk about. Okay? So the question remains, is whistleblowing the same as snitching? All right? Now, in the streets, when they talk about snitches, and they have this snitches deserve switches, or snitches need stitches, you know, and all of those things. It is based in the criminal world where somebody hit a move together, whether it's a drug move, whether it's a robbery, and then one gets picked up. And then the police would come and say, Brenda, you and Prince did a move together. You know Prince over there? He's singing like a canary. He just telling all it is. He tell me where you was last night, what you do with the money, and you was the one that initiated this. You were the driver. You planned everything. And you'll be like, what? How can Prince say something like that? You know what? Prince came and picked me up. You can see, look, I have text messages where he said, that's what a snitch does, okay? And it's often in the criminal world. Now, a whistleblower, again, it is often irregularities that is happening within the apparatus, okay? And whereas there's nowhere to turn, there's nowhere to hide. And this thing is so grave that it can affect a lot of people's lives.
Yes.
And that's the difference. You know, I often, when I give presentations at school, and I'm talking, but we have to finish off with this. When I give presentation at school, and I always say, listen, not all snitching is snitching. Not all tattletaling is tattletale. If you see someone is being bullied in school, if you see someone is, you know, there was a fight and they get beat up, and the teacher comes and says, listen, you was there, what happened, and stuff. I don't advise you right then and there. You go and say, listen, Brenda and all her Spanish friends, they beat up on this girl. No, you don't do that right in front there. No. But I do believe that in the quiet moment when nobody is watching, even if you have to write a note and you slip it on the principal's desk, and you said, listen, yes, Brenda and all her Spanish friends was involved. And you know what? It's because of a man. You know, then you give the proper authorities. That is how it's being done. All right, I said a mouthful. 11 p.m., business closure to be extended. Brenda.
Así es, el cierre de los negocios hasta las 11 de la noche se extenderá. Esto es fuente de San Martin Island Time. Se extenderá el reglamento ministerial para reducir las horas de vida nocturnas, que fue firmado por el ministro de Turismo y de Salud. El ministro de Salud Pública, Desarrollo Social y Trabajo, el señor Omar Otley, declaró que el anuncio de la reapertura del 1 de octubre era optimista, ya que esperaba que San Martín hubiera podido contener la variante del Delta del COVID-19 mortal. A la fecha, todavía tenemos más de 100 casos y lamentablemente hemos perdido a 6 personas en las últimas semanas debido a COVID-19. El ministro continuó diciendo que ha estado en contacto con representantes de la industria de la vida nocturna y está trabajando diligentemente para tener el proceso de selección implementado. El ministro hizo referencia al memorando de intenciones que firmó con los establecimientos de vida nocturna, en el que indicaron que próximamente podrán verificar el estado de vacunación de una persona mediante el código QR o certificado digital de COVID o una prueba de COVID negativa de 48 horas. En este sentido, el ministro mantuvo reuniones con los laboratorios del lado holandés de la isla que acordaron ofrecer precios más asequibles para la prueba de los asistentes a las fiestas que muestren su APP o su QR a la llegada. El objetivo del ministro es reabrir la vida nocturna de una manera sana y salva para proteger a la gente de este país, pero ahora no es el momento adecuado. El objetivo principal es evitar otra reducción en el horario comercial, especialmente antes de la muy esperada temporada alta 2021-2022. El ministro espera que el proceso de selección pueda estar en marcha lo antes posible para que se pueda revertir el reglamento ministerial de cierre de las empresas a las 11 de la noche. Prince, debido a que todavía tenemos 100 personas, más de 100 personas que han dado positivo, han muerto 6 personas en la última semana. El toque de queda de las 11 de la noche era hasta el día de hoy, pero debido a esto se va a tener que extender sin una fecha propuesta para esto. Lo único que ya él ha acordado con los dueños de negocio de la vida nocturna, que tengan más control con sus clientes.
The ministerial regulation to scale back the hours of nightlife, which was signed by the ministers of TIAT and VSA, will be extended. Minister of Public Health, Social Development and Labor, Mr. Omar Otley, stated that the announcement of an October 1st reopening was an optimistic one, as he hoped that St. Martin would have been able to contain the deadly COVID-19 Delta variant. To date, we are still over 100 cases, and sadly, we have lost 6 persons within the last week due to COVID-19. The minister went on to state that he has been in contact with representatives of the nightlife industry, and they are working diligently to have their screening process implemented. The minister made reference to the memorandum of intent and signed with the nightlife establishment, in which they indicated that they will soon be able to verify a person vaccination status via a Q-code digital COVID certificate or a 48-hour negative COVID-19 test. In this regard, the minister held meetings with the laboratories on the Dutch side of the island, which agreed to offer more affordable prices for testing of partygoers that display their QR app upon arrival. The minister's objective is to open back up nightlife in a safe and sound manner to protect the people of this country, but now is not the appropriate time. The main goal is to avoid another business hour scale back, especially leading into the high anticipation busy season. The minister hopes that the screening process can be in place as soon as possible so that the 11 p.m. business closure ministerial regulation can be reversed. I think this is a good decision, and I think it's a bad decision. Let me put it this way, I am indecisive about this decision. Why? Because we have to open up. It seems to me that the nightlife or the government did not have their I's dotted and their T's crossed. Because if they spoke about this, weeks ago, why still is it not materialized? I'm talking about the ban, I'm talking the QR code and everything. Mm-hmm. Knowing the business, the nightlifes, they would want that, so they would do everything in their power in order to have the people stay longer and later, and of course spend more money. So I can't imagine where this comes. The business community is the fault here. I think that is government that is tilly-tallying, and let's see what happens.
Entonces, Prince, se va a pedir una prueba o una prueba de que esta persona está vacunada totalmente para poder entrar a uno de los negocios.
Yeah, I think that is what it's going to happen. However, we don't know because a lot of things is promised and never materializes. Ladies and gentlemen, we now go to our birthday section in which we celebrate the birthday of our celebrants on Facebook. Brenda?
Así es, ahí tenemos a DJ Corona, que está cumpliendo un año más. Muchas felicidades para ti, DJ Corona. DJ Corona. También tenemos a Bolívar Zorrilla, que está cumpliendo un año más. Muchas felicidades, muchas bendiciones. Mi amor, bendiciones para ti, un beso grande para Rosángel Silva, te amo, te quiero mucho, cuídate mucho, feliz cumpleaños. También Candy está celebrando un año más, mi amor, felicidades, que lo cumpla feliz. Y también tenemos a Mr. Código, también Mr. Código celebrando un año más, muchas bendiciones, muchas felicidades. Y tenemos a Marcelia Henry, que está de fiesta de cumpleaños en el día de hoy, deseándote mucha salud y muchas bendiciones.
All right, I too would like to hail up Marcelia Henry on her birthday, Bruce Flamone, who is 69 years old, and Mr. Código himself, Masbea Rodriguez, happy birthday to you, Samantha Red Chandler, and a special good morning and happy birthday to Gohan Brooks, who is once in a while on our or tuning in. All right, so happy birthday. Gohan.
También tenemos nuestro corresponsal de China.
Today we have Yang Chenning. Happy birthday, Yang Chenning.
Así es, de esta manera concluimos lo que ha sido una semana exitosa para todos nosotros. Gracias por haber mantenido su sintonía con nosotros. Recuerden vacunarse, hacerse la prueba si sienten algunos síntomas y les deseamos un feliz fin de semana. Recuerden también las actividades de ahora de contra el cáncer de mama a partir de hoy en el Little League. Así que tengan feliz fin de semana y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes el próximo lunes. Acompáñenos a nuestro tiempo extra.
To all our birthday celebrants, happy birthday, peace, love, and happiness. We're gone. Out of here. Herbert Martina. Ciao.
When you're in St. Martin, visit the Boardwalk, where you will find the Shell. With its beautiful terrace overlooking the ocean, their vegan specials, delicious mahi-mahi filet with rum-glazed shrimps just for you. Tasty. You can also visit Dirty Sanchez and order a cocktail from their cocktail menu, like the famous mojito made with love. Delicious. And if you're wearing a bikini, you can also get a second mojito for free. Kalua's Bar and Grill. Enjoy a Longhorn burger or any other item on their fabulous menu. As you wait for your meal, enjoy a nice margarita or a frozen mango smoothie. Beach chairs are also available. You'll find it all at the Boardwalk.
Shell's Kitchen on the E.C. Richardson Street, number 25 in Phillipsburg, have some of the best meals around town for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they make it so easy for you to order. Just call in, then walk in and pick it up. What's up it? Then walk in and pick it up. Or walk in, order it, and pick it up. We also cater and host events. And don't forget karaoke every Friday night. So eat at Shell's Kitchen on the E.C. Richardson Street, number 25 in Phillipsburg. It's a celebration in your mouth.
Pleasant good morning and welcome back. For those of you who are just tuning in, the world at 7 extra time. My name is Herbert Martina and we're ready to go in extra time. Woohoo!
Así es, estamos en nuestro fin de semana.
Are we?
Claro, ya
It's
empieza.
Friday.
Es Friday. Ok, tenemos un mensajito aquí. Buenos días, Brenda y tu compañero. Perfecto. Así que buenos días para usted, señor José Heredia. Gracias por mantener su sintonía. También nos había dado buenos días Nancy a través de nuestro WhatsApp 554-5601. Recuerden que pueden llamar para darnos los buenos días, enviarnos su banderita, decirnos de dónde están en sintonía con nosotros, enviarle un mensajito a Prince, que yo también lo voy a leer, y dar cualquier información. Así que aquí tenemos nuestro teléfono de estudio 554-5601.
All right. For those of you who have personal messages for me, please, you know my phone number. However, for those of you who have messages for Brenda and Dennis, and I would like to read 554-5601. And of course, you can always let us know who made birthday, you want to send birthday wishes to, send a picture. You can do that on our WhatsApp number. Also, we would like to say that you can call in and call in and give us your topic. Give us what you're thinking about. Maybe something is troubling you. Maybe I'm troubling you, and call in. Let's have a discussion. 554-5601.
Quiero darle los buenos días a Florisca La Rock, que siempre está en sintonía con nosotros. A veces entra tardecito, pero ok. Dice, good morning, beautiful people. Have a blessed weekend and be safe. Okay. Muy buenos días para usted también. Buenos días para Georgina Baez.
Let's see Florisca La Rock picture.
Ay, Prince.
What?
¿Para qué?
I want to see who's saying hello. I want to see who's saying hi.
Le gusta saber quiénes son las personas por fotos. Le gusta saber la edad de las mujeres principalmente. Entonces,
I just like to know, who am I talking with or who
¿Con cuál intención?
No, pure intentions, pure.
¿Seguro?
Yeah. All right, Brenda, what's the topic for today? No, not sex.
No, tenemos todavía una información.
Oh, we have, Minister of Justice, Anna Richardson. She's asking Grappenhuis to, go beyond and help with KPSM.
Así es, tenemos que la ministra Richardson pide al ministro Grappenhuis que amplíe la cooperación más allá del KPSM. Eso es cuenta de San Martín Island.
Yeah, but who?
Grappenhuis.
All right, good. It sounds German, so I'll give you a pass on this. On Monday, September 27, 2021, Minister of Justice Anna E. Richardson, accompanied by the Minister Plenipotentiary Rene Violinus, visited Minister of Justice and Security in the Netherlands, Mr. Ferdinand Grappenhuis. In closing of her meeting with her Dutch counterpart, Minister Richardson paid a visit to Minister Grappenhuis. There she reflected on the positive experience that she had during the work visit and the possibilities for further cooperation that the minister saw and which she felt needed to be explored. In addition to expanding cooperation beyond the St. Martin Police Force, further topics of discussion were the treaty concerning mutual legal assistance and the extradition between the Kingdom of the Netherlands and the United Arab Emirates, St. Martin inmates housed in the Netherlands, a new chief public prosecutor for St. Martin, and the judicial four-party consultation, JVO, scheduled for January 2022. I recognize the positive effects that the assistance of the Dutch National Police has had on KPSM as an organization and appreciate the continuation of the relationship. It is with this model in mind and willingness expressed to help improve our detention situation by prison officials of the facilities that I visited here that I seek ways to which this can be put into practice, stated Minister Richardson. As an example, Minister Richardson mentioned St. Martin Prison Guard receiving professional guidance from the Dutch colleagues with many years of experience in the Dutch prison system. Minister Grappenhaus was pleased to learn that Minister Richardson visited went well and indicated that he was open to discuss with his fellow Dutch minister what was possibilities there may be. In discussing the treaties with the United Arab Emirates for the kingdom, Minister Grappenhaus emphasized the importance of the treaties and the benefits they will have for all the countries in the kingdom. As such, he asked Minister Richardson to seriously consider having the application of the treaties extended to St. Martin. Minister Richardson informed Minister Grappenhaus that St. Martin support all steps to further strengthen the judicial order and that upon her return to St. Martin, she would discuss the treaties with her fellow colleagues and other stakeholders. Due to the minister very full program, safety measures and corona measures in the Dutch prison, visiting times being tightly regulated, and the fact that St. Martin inmates are not all concentrated at one location in the Netherlands, a visit to the St. Martin inmate in the Netherlands for Minister Richardson could not be arranged during the work visit. The costs associated with housing St. Martin inmates in the Netherlands were also discussed by Minister Richardson and Minister Grappenhaus, and it was decided that this would be looked into. The current Chief Public Prosecutor of St. Martin tenure will end at the end of 2021, while in the Netherlands, Minister Richardson had the opportunity to have a virtual introductory meeting with the proposed candidate for new Chief Public Prosecutor for St. Martin and informed Minister Grappenhaus of her impressions of the candidate. Also discussed was the advice being prepared by the JVO work group on the function book of the Attorney General Office, which was intended to be presented at the next judicial four-party consultation in January, and the possibility of receiving the advice before the next consultation. So the minister walked in.
Claro que sí.
She walked in,
Claro que sí.
you know.
Desde que ella inició su mandato como primera ministra, se ha enfocado en su trabajo.
Yeah, I must say the one with the treaty, though it has something to do with justice, the person responsible for that is the Prime Minister, and she is laced with the task of how do you say, international affairs, which treaty falls under, and the minister answered him correctly. She will look into it and discuss it with her counterpart, which is the Minister of General Affairs, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Sylvia Jacobs. Other than that, I see that Minister Richardson is doing everything in her power in order to secure funding and in order to secure the new prison being built and all that is required for the Justice Ministry. I must say that I thought that this trip would not have gone well because our Minister of Justice is basically English speaking, but everyone in Holland speaks English. So it's okay. The communication gap is not that of a big one. And I think that she had fruitful conversations with everyone that she met with.
Sí, pero recuerda que por eso tenemos un ministro plenipotenciario que nos representa para estos mismos casos.
Yes. So big up to her and him. One time.
Están pidiéndonos aquí nuestro fun fact.
All right. Before we go into the fun fact, full Dutch Europeans defense filed from air, land, and sea. And Semar Anunnaki said, we would need another 10 tranche for that. Is more public debt.
Oof.
Okay? Yeah. Okay, approximately 1,800 guilders, as informed by a friend, 3,500 guilders and above if on ventilation. What are we talking about? Dave asked a question. Prince, how much is it costing for a COVID patient per day at the St. Martin Medical Center? On Curaçao, it is costing over 2,000 guilders per day per patient at CMS.
2,000 guilders per day.
2,000 guilders. Oh, that is if I think the patient is under SZV or anything like that. I remember when I had a friend and she was
Él tiene un amigo.
yeah, she was in the COVID intensity care. She paid more than 2,000 guilders a day.
Y no tenía seguro.
Well, she was away, and her international insurance did not cover COVID costs. It was COVID related, however, they cannot determine if she had COVID. Now imagine medicine, the care, it ran up in a couple of tens of thousands of dollars.
Per day.
No, not per day. I think she came off.
Ese fue el monto global.
What?
El monto global de cuando terminó la cuenta que tuvo que pagar.
Yeah, the total bill was approximately $30,000.
Prince, ¿y qué pasa en este caso cuando la persona no depende de esta cantidad de dinero?
Well, they can't leave them to die. But what often happens is that the hospital makes an arrangement with them and hope that they pay. But you cannot detain anyone from not paying from the hospital because, you know, what are you going to do? You're going to cure them and then jail them for not paying. What they do is they make it extremely difficult so that you leave. You would have to show a proof of or sign a statement and saying, I agree that I owe SMMC this amount of money and I agree that I would pay over this amount of time. Now this person who left or who had to leave paid in full.
¿Hacen acuerdo de pago?
No, she paid in full. You know, she paid the day that she was out, and then other 2 days she came and paid off her debt. But she is one who was fortunate that had that money.
Pero en caso de que no se tenga esta cantidad de dinero, entonces se hacen acuerdos de pagos.
Yes, they make an arrangement. However, they cannot detain anyone, and they cannot say, listen, you can't pay, so you can't leave. Because, look, you can't pay,
No, porque
and you
entonces
stay.
se va acumulando más dinero.
Exactly. But COVID costs are expensive.
Ahora, el problema es tú ingresar sin una cobertura.
Yeah. Well, again, let's say if you did not pay and you fall sick again, the hospital, they are going to take care of you because that's their obligation. However, coming out, that would be a different story. You would have to, you wouldn't be coming out, but they would want sound, concrete proof because you've signed an agreement and you didn't pay the last time. So what is going to happen now? You're going to sign the next agreement and not pay again. Yeah. Okay. Much is it costing for a COVID patient per day at the St. Martin Medical Center? So we got the answer there. Prince, how much? Okay, that is twice. All right. That is exactly colonialism. Work drive down country into debts. Never can repay. Strategic slave master tactics. Sunila is saying. When a fight land in Holland from paradise, they might be running and hide their checkbooks. Okay. Shoot or fire. Back still yawning. Okay. We have fun fact for the day. Let's go.
Vamos a ver qué tenemos nosotros en el día de hoy en nuestro Fun Fact. Recordándole a todas nuestras televidentes que pueden comunicarse con nosotros a través de nuestro WhatsApp 554-5601, donde ahí puede hacer cualquier comentario, interactuar con nosotros, cualquier saludito puede enviarle una foto para cumpleaños, cualquier comentario, cualquier mensajito para Prince o para Lenny, que yo estoy aquí, lo voy a recibir primero que yo sé, para que no vaya Sabe que a veces uno, ven, déjame probar eso para que no te haga daño, ¿verdad? Y lo pruebo yo primero. Entonces yo lo leo y luego se lo doy a ustedes. ¿Qué tal?
Oh, brother. All right. Can we read the fun facts?
Dale.
I think this is nice. A few tricks supermarkets use to make you spend more money. Wow. Playing slow music to make you feel less rushed. Less rushed and happy to spend more time and money in the store. Putting healthy fruit and vegetable at the front so you shop there first and don't feel guilty about the less healthy foods that you go into your basket later. Placing essential items at the back and far away from each other so you have to look for them and come across a few things you don't need but want to buy along the way. Keeping eggs in strange places so you end up on an egg hunt and end up buying other things that you don't need. Stacking more expensive products at eye level and stocking popular combination like tortilla chips and salsa next to each other to encourage you to get both. Covering tills with last-minute essentials to encourage impulse buying. Those are subtle tricks that I know that supermarkets use. Yes, great fun facts. Tell me, which one of them affected you? All right? Is it the placing of items or is it the buying of fruits so that you don't feel guilty? What is it? I know the casino does that as well. Do you look in any casino? Do you see any clock?
No te sé si pues yo no voy a casino.
I want you, this is your homework, ladies and gentlemen. When going into any casino on St. Martin, let me know if you see any clocks anywhere around. All right?
¿Algún reloj?
Yeah.
Yo pienso que no debería de haber.
Do you know why?
Porque si la persona ve la hora y se marcha temprano.
Exactly. Because if you go in and you say, okay, I'm going to be here from 7 to 5, all right? And 7 to 5, 5 to 7. And then you see, like, oh my God, I spent 2 hours. Okay, let me go. That is another way of limiting. They want to take away all your inhibitions. They want to take away everything that would lead you to discipline. They want you to spend more. Okay? In Holland, there's even an ATM in the casino.
¿Sí?
Of course.
Oye, para que saquen el dinero más.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's an ATM. Now, you can go and swipe your card. However, there's an ATM in the machine, in Holland Casino. All right. When I go to shop, I listen to the viral video of sardines, crackers, and oats. And believe me, it works. Get so depressed that I buy less than what I want for. Casino doesn't have clocks, and you can't see when night falls, so you spend your money without distractions. Hey, a good point. Do you see any windows in the casino? Let's name them.
No.
They try to make it as cozy, and when you go in, they have lights, okay? And they try for you to lose the sense of time so that you can spend more. So if you walk in with $1,000, they want you to go home with $0.
Ay, ay, ay. Yo prefiero ni siquiera pararme en la puerta.
Yeah. AC, drinks, food, all for free. You pay in for. Good observation. In the casinos again, they give you free drinks as long as you're paying. Sometimes they pass around with snacks, but you're paying for it because you're losing. RN, where is RN? Rouge et Noir? Okay.
Oh, entonces dan cena gratis, Spring, y bebida.
Well, in some casinos they
¿Sí?
do, yeah.
Oh, no tenía conocimientos.
In some casinos they do. I know in Las Vegas they try everything in the book to give you this. They even...
Eso es para mantenerte ahí.
Yeah. I can remember when it was called Atlantis. they would give you $10. So you come to the casino, they would physically give you $10 and put it into the machine and have you. It was a promotion. And what people was doing was putting the $10 into the machine, and then when no one is looking, take it out and say, hey, listen, I have a $10, and they go home. Yeah, people used to drive all the way to Atlantis to do that. Then what they start doing is they say, no, I'm not going to give you the $10. I'm putting it in the machine, and hopefully that, people have the inclination to play. Now, when they play and they lose the $10, it's like, oh my God, I nearly got a good spin. They take off $10 more, and then $10 more. And by the time you know it, you've spent $200 in the casino without you even blinking an eye. So those are the tactics, those are the tricks that are used in supermarkets, casinos, in order for you to spend more money. The supermarket industry, yesterday we read that they lose an astronomical amount of money due to waste, spillage, okay, especially vegetables and fruits, meat. Those are expensive products. And the minute that the expiration date passes on, they are obligated to throw it away.
Yes.
One of the things that I see supermarkets doing is that if a meat is going to expire in a week time, what they do,
they put a special.
They put not only special, but they season it up. They put some onions and stuff and put some season so to preserve it. One, it preserves the meat. Two, it changes the color of the meat. All right? And three, it's so convenient because you're thinking, boy, I don't have to season meat when I go home. It's done already. Oh, they were so kind and do it. And when you know it, it's not that at all. They have that meat seasoned because in a week time, they're going to throw it away. So why not make some kind of money from it? And they put all kind of special on it. So that's some of the tricks that supermarkets use. Some tricks that they use here as well. Do you notice that whenever you go to the cash register to check out, they have chewing gums, chiclet, they have mint sweets,
yes,
those easy stuff. So if you have, like, they gave you back 25 cents, what do? Give me that in chiclets, right? Those are tactics. So every single money that they can get from you, they take. Name something. I mean, you can name this as well. You can call in and chime in on this conversation. What are some ways that supermarkets or casinos do in order to make you spend more money? Let us know. Let us know. Sunila says, Leroy House, supermarkets sell things cheap when it's almost expired. Yes, and when it goes on
sí,
special.
Es mejor conseguir algo que nada. Por eso a veces son mucho, a veces son los especiales cuando un supermercado tiene mucho. Pero eso de la carne no tenía ese conocimiento exactamente así. Aunque yo no compro carne sazonada. A mí me gusta
¿No?
No.
¿Y por qué no?
Porque yo prefiero sazonar mi carne yo. Sé con qué lo estoy haciendo.
El sazón de Brenda. Great. All right. Apparently, Brenda likes to season her meat.
Sí, no, yo no compro carne sazonada.
Okay, Yo-Yo said they put coloring on the meat so it looks fresh. That's the next thing. A lot of specials are not programmed, so you still pay the full price. That is so true, Yo-Yo. You know?
Eso es verdad.
So if you are seeing a special, you need to remember it, okay, or write it down, and you go to the supermarket. You know, one of the things I'm gonna say, I went to a supermarket, and they had specials on sodas, and they said special on Ritz Cola, but in between they had watermelon, but it was in front of the casa. They had watermelon, they had Faygo, grape, and different flavors. So it seems that was $7.95. When I went there, and the woman, I said, it came up to like $9.95. I said, no, that sign. So she went. She's like, oh, but it's giving me this in my cash register. I said, call a manager. And even if it's $2, I said, call a manager. The manager came, and rightfully so. She's like, no, but this only says Ritz Cola. I said, yes. But if you put them there in a bulk, it means that they too are on the special. And oftentimes, do you know in a supermarket, if they have a price on something, and you go to the cash register and it's a different price, do you know they are obligated to give you at whatever price that says?
See?
Of course. If they put a price on something, and then when you go, it's more than what it says on that price, you can argue and get it at the same price that it's propagated for. Okay? That's one. Do you also know that it is legally, or should I say, it is illegal if something is placed on a shelf and it don't have any price on it? Because oftentimes, or it doesn't have the Gilder price. You can't price something in dollars. Now you can have the Gilder price equivalent to the dollar price. But how can you just put a dollar price on something when we have a Gilder economy?
La regla es tener el precio en florines.
Yeah.
Y si quiere poner el dólar,
If you want to put the thing
pero
in
debe
dollars,
de tener el precio en florines.
Yeah. The biggest scam is fresh meat and or loose fruits and vegetables. Check the prices per pound. And there is a lot of difference. That's for sure. False advertisement happens all over. The only special I see that was crazy at the new supermarket, Point Blanche, Clorox for $2. You could only buy 2 per person. And that was a big bottle, still trying to figure out what was the catch. Okay, Leroy Hodge, a lot of times, I'm not saying that supermarket did it, but a lot of times, it's not really the products that they, that have on the label. Let's say if they're advertising Clorox, then it's not the brand Clorox. It maybe have the label. They had a time a shipment of Black Label came in, and when you look at it, the inspectors checked, it was not the licensed Black Label. It tasted like Black Label, it was packaged like Black Label, but it did not have the proper serial number. So that's how they know that it was false Black Label that they were given.
Georgina Baez dice, aquí eso no pasa, Prince. Si dicen que es otro el precio, cargan lo que sea. Y Díbico tiene el precio solo en dólares.
Yeah? No, not according to me. I've been to Divico, and they don't have the prices only in dollars. I'll check it out. Casinos give you markers. Where are we? Casinos give you markers for that day. It's a kind of loan only for gambling, cigarettes, and what again? Gambling, cigarettes, free drinks, gypsy or taxi, free food, and bunch of good hustlers. They are self. No doubt. All right. I'm a specialist for Black Label. Georgina Baez says, see, no, Prince, they can't fool me with Black Label. I'll get the lock up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we spoke about, the different subtle tricks that supermarkets do. We even touched on casinos. And there's much more businesses that have different subtle tricks. I think GEBE have a subtle trick.
Sí.
Yeah. I think GEB have a subtle trick. Why are they charging?
Ellos deberían de poner especial.
A special on GEBE?
Sí,
no,
porque
no,
Prin está llegando caro el recibo. Prin está llegando caro el recibo.
I know. But what I don't understand is how are they paying stamp fees and a mailman does not bring your bill? You get it online, but they're still charging you stamp fees. Have you ever thought of that? 25 Dutch cents. That's a scam. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. My name is Herbert Martina, and we're finished for this week. We had a great week. We had a great one.
Así es, tuvimos muchas informaciones durante esta semana, una semana muy productiva, deseando que para ustedes haya sido igual también, pero llegamos ya al final. Gracias por habernos acompañado hasta el día de hoy en lo que es el mundo a las 7.
All right, I do thank you for staying locked and tuned in to TV Carib, The World at 7. I had a great week with you, and I look forward to a better week next week. Same time, same place on Monday. Ciao.